You always just got to attack it when like defending.
I think like
Another day, another Arsenal signing. According to David Ornstein, Arsenal are working on a deal to sign Piero Hincapie from Bayern Leverkusen. Kivior on steroids. And I mean, that's the best way I would describe him. He's levels above Kivior, but he's kind of a similar left-sided centre-back, you know, South American passion, can play left-back as well. I'm sure Granit Xhaka can give anybody at Arsenal a glowing character reference for Hincapie. I'm gassed because we've got solid depth defensively, competition for places. Obviously, unfortunately, it's one thing talking about depth. The only way we're really going to see depth in light is obviously when there's injuries, and we'll get into it. But Saka's apparently out for 4 weeks with a hamstring knock, etc. I'm all for this, and I told you we need a left back. I want a left back. I want Calafiori and everything that the rock star that is Ricky does. I want Luis Skelly either in midfielder at left back. I want greater centre half options, and we've got depth defensively now, proper depth, man. Get Saliba a new deal, bring me a Rodrigo. We're laughing, people. But let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button. Apologies for my voice. I've been enjoying myself at Carnival, but I never forget you lot. Big up yourself on getting me to 70k. Arsenal working on a deal to sign Hincapie from Bayern Leverkusen if they manage to move players out before the transfer window shuts. So Zinchenko, Reece Nelson, Lokonga, Fabio Vieira. I guess you could throw Kivior in that. Pack your bags, mate. And that mentions nothing of an attacker. Hincapie is under contract at Leverkusen until 2029, but wants to leave and has informed the Bundesliga club of his wish. They would prefer to keep the 23-year-old unless a 60 million euro release clause in his terms is activated, although efforts are being made to lower that fee to a more realistic transfer value. So 60 odd million quid, what's that, people? Around 60 odd million euros is about 50 odd million pounds, isn't it? Can we do that for 30, 40? Do you want to have a Leverkusen? Do you want to take a Fabio Vieira, Stuttgart onto him? Maybe Bundesliga is a great thing for him. Apparently, Hincapie's preference is to join Arsenal, and the Premier League side are ready to push for him should departures materialize. So it kind of echoes Eze. Looks like he might go Spurs, but he's waiting for Arsenal to make it confirm that it's not going to happen. The defender appeared tearful on the pitch after his side's 2-1 defeat to Hoffenheim on Saturday. Kivior is being pursued by Porto, with Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, and Reece Nelson among the other squad players who could go. Hincapie normally operates as a left-sided centre-back, but can also be deployed at left-back. The Ecuadorian defender is featured prominently on Arsenal's recruitment list for some time, which is true. He joined Leverkusen from Argentinian side CA Teles in the summer of 2021 and has established himself as one of Europe's most promising defenders. During his 4 seasons in Germany, Hincapie has made 106 appearances for Leverkusen, in addition to making 43 appearances for his national team, which is Ecuador. He's played in their first 2 games of the season. I mean, Eric Ten Hag is scaring everyone. Hincapie wants to cut Armin Adil's left, Xhaka's left, Jonathan Tah's left, Xabi Alonso's left, Jeremy Frimpong is leaving. A cornerstone of Leverkusen's league-winning side, and they were invincible. Bring him. You know, you can never have too many wingers. He obviously joins us with significant Champions League and Europa League experience, playing in a top division and able to cope with that, people. A versatile, technical and aggressive left-sided defender. Be careful on the aggression. I like it, but the Prem, they have it out for Arsenal, who can play on the outside of a back three or even as a wing-back. Bring that. And bring that. Romano has also confirmed we've made an official approach for Hincapie after the player's decision to leave. Crucially, there has been no bid yet. Apparently, Tottenham have sent a loan/obligation bid to buy him for Hincapie. Do they want to get their heads slapped again? They've offered their own proposal, a loan deal with an obligation to buy around 60 million euros. So to be fair, that is the same kind of thing, in it, really. That is what Leverkusen apparently want. But David Ornstein said they're willing to negotiate. I guess it all relies on Hincapie. They're offering a loan with an option to buy. They'll give them the money next year. He's informed Leverkusen that they want to leave, and Spurs have began talking about personal terms. We've heard this prior, but Arsenal have agreed a deal for 16-year-old Shamrock Rovers midfielder Victor Osamvanova. Forgive me, Victor. He won't join until he's 18, which will be in January of 2027. He currently plays for Shamrock Rovers, people. Know nothing about the guy, but bring him. The fee for him is expected to surpass Tottenham's deal to sign Mason Miller. So it makes sense to start going there. But as it says here, Arsenal are one of several top clubs who have followed his progress closely. through Shamrock Rovers youth team into the first team. This transfer represents the culmination of 3 years of work from Arsenal, developing a scouting network and relationship with clubs in Ireland. Arsenal have identified both Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland as appropriate areas to expand and invest in their recruitment network. We can't go do that as well, but we can't go France, we can't go Spain, we can't go Germany. Obviously, with Brexit, it makes pursuing those kind of young players, which every team used to have 15, 16-year-olds from all over the world, which is primarily Europe, but Brexit's kind of cop block that really. As an EU citizen, he's not allowed to join until he turns 18, people. So yeah, apparently Shamrock Rovers have grown a reputation for youth development, and Arsenal are comfortable in trusting the 16 months. Yeah, man, I mean, develop, get first team football, do your thing, you'll be over here soon. Porto will send a new proposal to Arsenal for Kiwior this week, expected to be worth 20 million euros. The clubs will discuss a loan with an obligation to buy formula. Kepa, Zubimendi, Norgard, Madueke, Mosquera, Victor Gyökeres, Eze, and now Hincapie. What would you give that summer out of 10, people? And for Berta's first year, how would you grade that? Also, remember, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Ethan Nwaneri, Gabriel Magalhaes have all signed new deals, and we hope Saliba and Saka follow suit where that's concerned. Unfortunately for Arsenal, though, Saka is set to miss up to 4 weeks through injury, which is better than we might have expected, but disappointing. So he's set to miss the game against Liverpool on Sunday and probably City and etc. He's also expected to miss, obviously, Andorra and Serbian fixtures for England next month. The 23-year-old, as we know, went off with a hamstring injury in our 5-0 victory against Leeds United. And it reminds me of Crystal Palace in that when we beat Palace and when we beat Leeds, right, we was ecstatic, we were happy about the 90 minutes, but no matter all the positive talking points, you couldn't help but feel for Saka. So he's set to be out for 4 weeks. Martin Odegaard is doubtful for the match at Anfield as a result of a soldier injury suffered in the victory against Leeds. And you know what? Is it any coincidence? Especially because Mikel Arteta said Havertz's injuries because of the load, and he's come back from a long-term injury. We've having to be a bit cute and clever with Benjamin White, Timber, and actually Gabriel Magalhaes. You know, Saka's gone down, so we need to wrap people in cotton wool. Odegaard hurt his shoulder. He looked in pain as he was replaced in the first half. Big up Nwaneri for obviously, you know, coming in and doing well. But where does that leave you? Because some of you Arsenal fans are actually quite confident and not happy with Saka's injury, but we've got depth and you feel we can get through. Are some of you nervous? Where are we at? This is why we signed depth. So if everybody's fit, competition for places. If bodies are dropping like flies, which so far into this season, it's looking mad, that's where we're at. But let me know your thoughts on everything.
Always just like,
I think it's like